It's as though the dead are communicating with the living, who visit the cemetery to either bury a corpse or visit their dead relatives. The subject of death and salvation have been discussed extensively right from the first century. This audio seeks not to address the same problem, but to look at another gaping hole with respect to death. I once chanced on a post on Facebook, and I think it's worth sharing. This is what it says. The house where I lived was about to be seized, just because I could not pay the rent. I posted my situation on Facebook and WhatsApp looking for help, but all I could get were 2 likes and 0 comments. So I sent 250 messages to my contact list requesting for a loan of 500 Ghana cedis. Unfortunately, only 10 people responded. 6 out of the 10 people said they could not help me, and only 1 out of the 4 who promised to help me gave me some money. The other 3 people gave me no excuse and never took my calls. In the end, I was ejected. I did not have a place to sleep. I walked in the dark looking for options, and unfortunately, a thief stole my empty wallet with my identity card. In his haste to get away from me, he crossed the road without looking. He was badly hit by a car on high speed without his body being identified. Only the wallet containing my identity card served as a marker. The news spread quickly the next day that I had died. 628 people posted on my Facebook wall how they knew me and how kind I was. A committee was formed by my supposed faithful friends who raised 9,000 Ghana cedis to feed people at my funeral. My work colleagues, who never existed while I struggled to pay for my rent, organized themselves and raised 7,500 Ghana cedis for my coffin, tents and chairs. I had to be buried in a coffin worth 6,000 Ghana cedi. But as they hastily bought it, there was a man who sold it to them for 2,500 Ghana cedi, saying it was his contribution. The family met again. It was a rare opportunity for the family to meet again. For my funeral, the family contributed 2,500 Ghana cedis. Everybody wanted to volunteer to show that they were participating. They printed t-shirts and polos for more than 1,500 Ghana cedis. Imagine the scene when I showed up on the day of my burial. In Ghana, Africa and some parts of the world, people celebrate the dead more than the living. In the illustration above, the same man who could not raise only 500 Ghana cedi for his rent while alive could raise a whopping 29,000 Ghana cedi while he was deemed dead. If we have the opportunity to help, why would we rather help the dead instead of the living? Every minute someone leaves this world behind. We are all in line without realizing it. We never know how many people are before us. We cannot step out of the line. We cannot avoid the line. So while we wait in line for us to be served with death, make moments count. Make priorities. Make time. Make your gifts known. Make your voice heard. Make somebody smile. Make the change. Make love. Make up. Make peace. Make sure to have no regrets. And above all, make sure you are ready. One African proverb says, the fall of the brown leaf is a reminder to the green ones. This is a letter from a late mother to her son, 3 days after her burial. Dear son, I want to know why I died like a poor woman when I had a son like you. My son, I wanted to bless you before I die, but I have taken my blessings away. My breakfast, lunch and supper were a challenge when I was alive. But you spent money to cook all types of food, meat and different types of drinks on my burial day. Son, you chose to spread and rub my body with costly fragrance when I was using granite oil as my cream. You dressed my corpse with expensive clothes, while my clothes were in shreds and tatters while I was alive. When my corpse was in the morgue, you came to check on me from time to time, yet you came to visit me once a year when I was alive. You care about my corpse more than my living soul. The most painful thing is the kind of expensive casket you put my corpse in when I was living in an uncompleted house. You completed the house, painted and cleared the compound in 1 week just to celebrate my corpse. Now you wrote a tribute to me saying, Mama, I love you so much, rest in peace, when I died with a broken heart. We must appreciate people and invest in them while they breathe and walk the earth. We must not postpone our help till tomorrow. What if tomorrow never comes? This audio is born out of genuine concern for neglect for our family and friends while alive, but will do everything under the sun to lavishly embellish their dead remains while they are gone. I'll finish this with some of the words of Garth Brooks' songs entitled What if tomorrow never comes? Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch her sleeping. She's lost in peaceful dreams, so I turn the light out and lay there in the dark. And the thought crosses my mind, if I never wake up in the morning, will she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my heart? If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I loved her? Did I try in every way to show every day that she's the only one? And if my time on earth were true, and she must face this world without me, is the love I gave her in the past going to be enough to last? If tomorrow never comes, so tell that special person that you love just what you are thinking of. If tomorrow never comes, I believe it is time to polish that life you left neglected. It is time to rise up to touch the life you left unattended to all this while. As we usher in a new year, make the living count more. Touch lives in all places. Be the reason the living will smile, but not the reason the dead will jubilate. Let us live lives that will help people who are alive more than those who are dead. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to share. 11138. Another audio is on circulation entitled The Value of Life. This current audio is...
I am tired with this where I'm going back to my Lord. Whosoever believe in shall not perish, but has everlasting life. When are you coming by? The end they are fighting. Brother, they say they are fighting. I am tired. I am tired. Because that's why for the hatredness, any good you do, it will be against you. My Lord, coming back. You love the world. They say why you say you won't be God's son to die for my sin. Whosoever believe in him shall not perish but has everlasting life. When are you coming by?
In Africa, we have a special relationship with Liberia, which was founded by freed American slaves. Unfortunately, President George Weah leads a kleptocratic government that has been engaged in political corruption from the day he assumed office by depleting the government coffers for personal use while the people of Liberia suffer. Liberian Senator Varney Sherman was sanctioned last year by the Trump administration for corruption, which is a positive, though more needs to be done. In Nigeria, President Buhari. In Africa, we have a special relationship with Liberia, which was founded by freed American slaves. Unfortunately,
frustrated my life. Yeah.
So if you were to see George, what would you tell him?
I would tell him saying doing nothing for me. Apart from me, but nothing doing for we the Corona men and I promise all. And then when I voted for me, the other Sabu Union.
What was the promise?
You told we the Sabu Union say you're poor, into somewhere you on a debt. We will be clean down on the street.
During the capital, Joe, we have made plenty promises to we the youth of this country. One, Joe, we have said that even when they call us Zogo, we classify itself to be Zogo. And all of these things were trading elevator was our living way. And one, Joe, every single thing prices going down. Joe, we are going power and said that in 2 months, everything will come down. We haven't seen anything. Joe, we are like a bunch of fools and Ghana and Ryan, like men that stand up to her. Jawasi Kochi, Natana Magil, all wine new brothers there will now government. So this time around, we fill up with him. And there will be nothing can stop us. I know when he was made a tell a person to come back to Liberia. We're waiting to battle into the 4 years. And we make sure we intimidate George Weah, suppress it, embarrass and left, taking the our culture over to us.
Man to move over there.
Why you want to
move on there?
Why you want man to move?
Why he is speechless human being.
Speechless.
And then he's not able to take decision on his own.
You get a funny looking people, then they turn sedition. They tell all over the place, they follow you.
Who are those funny looking people? Who are those funny looking people?
Yeah, and Natana Magil, the other Samuel Tue, the other one feel the Tata. And Tata feel.
The momentum is there now.
On the panel of the Justice for Victor campaign and residents of District number 17 have gathered at the grounds of the Capitol to petition the 54th National Legislature to summon the Inspector General of the Liberian National Police, Colonel Patrick Suru, on grounds that on the 15th of August, Paul Leto Innocent, Victor Famula was murdered with body parts allegedly extracted, and the suspect was arrested and transferred to the Sunset Police Depot, where we have Chief Superintendent Blama Yanse as the Commander-in-Chief. On the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, with the delay to have this murder suspect charged, we foresee the scenario of justice delay and justice being denied. And so on Saturday, which was the 25th, we came on the grounds of Central and we saw the suspect in the custody of the police. Alusin Jallo was there. We came back on Monday. We saw the suspect. He was there. And then the police told us, you go home. And then after a while, if there is a need, we will call you. And so we went home trusting the Liberian National Police as the only agency to protect our life and property and enforce the law and make sure that everyone that commits crime bear the full weight of the law by passing through their office. To our utmost dismay, after we left the office of Central on Monday, on Wednesday we received an intelligence in the evening that the suspect is no longer in the custody of the police at their headquarters. We took it for joy because it was a rumor. Then we went there on Thursday. When we went at Central, the police confirmed that this murder suspect, someone that allegedly murdered 7-year-old child, not just anybody, but a 7-year-old child that has a bad future, has escaped, but I say allegedly escorted by the police from Central. And so it raised contention within us. Up to present, that suspect cannot be accounted for. In fact, the Liberian National Police even made mockery of the family and us by saying that whosoever find this suspect, they will give him $1,000. If Colonel Patrick Sulu and police have already escorted the man, let them take the $1,000 and share it among the police. Let them take it as allowance. They can even take it as a padam.
So your presence,
take it as goodwill.
Your presence.
Today, our presence here, we are calling on the 54th legislature to summon Colonel Patrick Sulu according to our petition that they have received. And we have been given word that it will be read in plenary today. So today, we clear with our statement. Colonel Patrick Sulu must appear before the Liberian people and give reason as to why a murder suspect in his office will walk away under his sleeping ass with all his knowledge. That gave grounds for us to ask ourselves. And now, it said that the police of Liberia are now conspiring with criminals to commit crime, or should we be asking them or asking ourselves that the Liberian National Police is now conspiring with criminals to invade the way of the law? Or maybe we should conclude by saying the Liberian National Police are the doer in disguise. Just find in blue uniform, but go and commit crime and protect themselves. But we don't want to say so because the brother of people will be too heavy on us. But their actions are convincing us to believe that how can you allow a Sierra Leone national, a foreigner, with a murder case? We're not discussing trespassing, we're discussing murder with body parts allegedly extracted. If any be here, Isa.
Let me welcome my friend and brother, Francis. Francis, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. The state of my health is strong, and so I'm grateful to God.
Thank you. And tonight we are going to be discussing, as you can see on the topic, tonight we are going to be diving into that, into the president issues, into the president closet. As you may be informed, the president yesterday gave his annual address. So tonight we are going to be vividly looking into that. What are the things that he said that was laughable? I said laughable. What are the things that he said that was serious? So we'll be diving into that tonight, and we'll be giving our own thought about that. Francis, back to you.
Yeah, Ibi, you know, our country is still growing. Some people say it's a virgin land, and that is the reasons why I usually like to give my reliance, which is the Constitution, because it looks like many people in our country don't know the importance of the annual message. So I want to read the specific article that compare the presidents of Liberia, current and future president, to do what Joshua have been doing for the last 4 or 5 years now. So two things happen following each other. All right, so I just want to read 2 articles, and then not 2 but 3, and then we continue from there. Folks, this is the Liberian Constitution, 1986. After the junta leadership, this is what they produce. Samuel Kanyando leadership. They changed from the first republic to the second republic. So this is what we got after they led the country for 5 years free, no responsibility, and they brought this. So this is what we're still using. Just so you know. Inside the Constitution, this is what we should be dealing with. The government should deal with it every day. The citizens, we should also deal with this too. So I want to read a specific article to you that call for certain responsibility of the president. And let me go to Article 58, the annual message. Article 58. The president shall, on the 4th working Monday in January of each year, present the administration's legislative program for the ensuing session and shall once a year report to the legislature on the state of the republic. In presenting the economic conditions of the republic, the report shall cover expenditures as well as income. You hear that? That's what Joey did yesterday. But the way we saw it, they carry seditions from CDC headquarters to go sit down. I hate to say, Lone Star was playing a game that we knew we could win. Because every single touching of the ball, there was a clapping and cheering. Every single statement that came from President Weah's mouth, whether it was good, it was not good, it was bad, it was not bad, it was true, it was not true, they clap for him. All right. The other one I want to read to you is the issue that has to do with chieftaincy elections. Many people don't know that, and I want to give it to you free. All right. So just give me small time. I'm not going to presidential appointment. Oh God. Okay, this part here almost lost for me. All right, while we go, we will talk about that briefly. I don't want to waste your time because we got to hold ourselves accountable too when it comes to time. All right, my people, it's in there. I'm going to give it to you later on. Let me just say something in my introductory. The president yesterday lied on an oath. That's what I would say. The president lied on an oath publicly and did it for 2 hours, 35 minutes. 2 hours, 35 minutes. The president was lying consistently, my people. For God in heaven's sake, if you listen to me, under Article 58 of Liberian Constitution 1986, all we needed to listen to the president to tell us was to tell us the state of the country under the year under review, which is 2021. The challenges, the gains, the prospect. Everything the government was able to do, tell the Liberian people through their direct representatives. The one government could not do, that's the challenge, but in the minds of the president, George Weah, based on the speech that he delivered, everything was good. There were no hard time, there were no challenges, nothing. Everything was just good. Even the one that we know, Koro was not good. And today, it is not good. The security of the country, it is not good. The economy of the country is not strong. The affair of the state, as a country, as a people, it is not even good. But can you imagine, for God heaven's sake, just were mentioned about playground. And the other thing again, notice the issue of I. Personal pronoun. Now people, Judge Weah said there's a playground at PHP that will be getting done soon. So Liberians in Liberia don't have to take their children out of Liberia to go to Ghana or nearby country or maybe America for playground business. But hold on a minute. How many Liberians we even got that can afford that? How many Liberians can go on vacation and leave the country and go on vacation? How many? If we find it, probably will be 1 to 2%. But it is not the work of the president in the first place to build a playground. We have refused to put systems into place to be able to work better. Everything is about presidency in our country. and we allow the president to go and stand on his feet and ask his citizens, turning citizens to clap for him every time he opens his mouth. As we know already, I don't even want to read that speech because that trash talk. That trash talk. Up to today, the money the airport is still collecting as a result of Liberians and non-Liberians visiting Liberia in the name of COVID. It's now on our budget now for 2022, the proposed budget. Okay, it is not there. The president did not talk about that. The stampede that has to do with national security, the issue of Zogo, there was no empirical or bold step during his speech. What could government do about that to stop the reoccurrence of what happened a few days ago? About 29, 30 people died instantly. People that went to serve their God on an open field. May their soul rest in peace. The issue of security, underfunded, the police understaffed. In the president's whole speech, they have nothing that the president talk about how we as a country can work together to make things better. Regrettably, I'm going to get the exact article and give it to you. Under this constitution, city mayors, chiefs, primary chief, whatever you call them, we got something in the constitution that call for municipal and chieftaincy elections. Since Samuel Kanyando came to power, government in, government out, I was still a little boy. Every president have said no money for municipal and chieftaincy elections. But you know what they do? They appoint their own city mayors of their choice, especially those that support them at the level of their political party. They appoint their own chiefs, and Zanzakawa stay there for life. Now, how can the president pour money in the budget, Liberian people money in the budget, and buy pickups and motorcycles or motorbikes for chiefs and elders, and put on those vehicles donated by George Weah? Too many stories about that speech. If you give me the opportunity, in few minutes I will tear apart a piece of paper. Pre-campaign launch for 2023. And today, now, yesterday, for the most part, based on Liberian time, he goes to the SKD. Our legislature worked 2 days. They're supposed to go to session. Tuesday and Thursday, the rest of it, they do committee work and they do constituency activity, which they don't even go there anyway. But everybody left. The ministers of government, lawmakers, everybody went to SKD yesterday to officially present those motor vehicles to the chiefs and elders and motorbike. So AB, I want to stop right there. So folks, we are on here tonight so that we can also give you the opportunity to share your take with us and with the rest of the people. What is your take? Is there any truth in our union being strong when we have protest and counter-protest? Even the topic of the speech yesterday, unity and peace. Do we, people are exonerated by our high court, by ECOWAS court, and the government does not even follow what the court is saying? People win elections. They can't even take their seat only because they come from the country that Joshua does not like. Is that how we get peace? Do we get peace when people are trying to assemble and we use the police to tear gas them? Our country has turned to animal farm. The center cannot hold. It'll be back to you.
You know, for me, it's just laughable. I say it's laughable because the president's speech yesterday is a complete trash. Completely trash. And they have the seditions. The seditions were clapping for the president from the start to the end. There was tiny sedition who were clapping yesterday. Oh yeah, they have to clap because the president has to. They have to make the president asshole. They have to make the president asshole. But for me and for us here, we will discuss it lengthily. The president yesterday, what tear me from apart, when the president used the same COVID, when the COVID money, when you enter in the country and when you leave in, you pay $75. That have not been captured into our budget. The president never spoke about that. The president, the CTN number that they can get the shipping, our brothers and sisters who are shipping, that was not captured into our budget. But yet the president tell all of us that the economy of Liberia is booming 14%. You call that booming? And then the tiny the stupidtions, they said there yesterday, they were clapping. And that's the reason why, for me, I decided to turn my phone off. Because it was laughable. You talk about peace and reconciliations when you cannot even make peace with your own self. When the legislature is incomplete, you operating on an incomplete legislature. Lofa County is not fully represented. Because of that, the Lofian had to boycott yesterday. The president said that peace and reconciliations. Masurado County joined them yesterday. You call that peace? Maybe we Liberians, maybe we too lenient. We too let's wait for elections. In Burkina Faso, they put now waiting for elections. In Mali, they put now waiting for elections. In Guinea, they put now waiting for election. After election, they put overthrow. In Senegal and Liberia, because we cannot speak about Nigeria and Sierra Leone because they have a ex-general who is ruling their country. Marabio he is an ex-general. You are talking about Nigeria president. He is an ex-general. Buhari. So maybe the matter of our days and time in Liberia, maybe the matter need to overthrow. Maybe the matter need to do some tactics for them to overthrow, because this man is a funky president. Funny president. The president is not serious for one bit. And then people are expecting us to be clapping in line with their stupidity, in line with their stupidness, what they are doing. They expect for we Liberian, we that oversee, to support them in their stupidity. Maybe, and I'm saying maybe because the matter took over in Burkina Faso, it was not a mistake. The matter took over in Guinea, it was not a mistake. ECOWAS told them that they will be something. The president said, fuck with that essential you're talking about. We are talking about the livelihood of our brother and sister in the country. In Burkina Faso, they did not happy just a few days. The opponent overthrow. The young man that took over, I don't even believe that young man is 40 years old. Complete moderate that George Manuel is playing. Complete fun. I will stop here and I can be able to take Francis.
Our country continues to struggle because of corrupt presidents, past and present. We went to war, and according to media report, over 250,000 Liberians were killed as a result of corruption on the part of government. Massive corruption, political, economic, and social. How can George Weah employ all his girlfriends, his ministers' girlfriends and their wives? Now he collect our money and publicly say it to our direct representatives in the open that he purchased cars for our chiefs that should be elected. They are not elected as per their constitution. Our elders, and even cause more confusions in those counties. If you send one paper, he said for the chiefs of Lofa, which chief going to take it? Which chief going to drive that car? Which of the chief will go, Internal Affairs Ministry going to assign that car to? For the chiefs of Lofa, not one chief, but chiefs. But the stealing part is, just we are playing football. According to media report, he was already a rich man before he became president, before he thought of running for presidency. Why he didn't buy papers for the chiefs to put his name on it? So you take Liberian people money, taxpayer money, George Weah. You buy papers with it, you buy motorbikes, and you say that your donation to the people? Which of the policymakers advise the president to do that? So Liberian people talk about Weah project during COVID, so that did not bring any sanity to his senses. How can he take the taxpayer money, you buy pickups, and you write your name on it that is from you? If I donate, it is my own money. Is that money for George Weah himself? Or it is the taxpayer money? Since George Weah became president, stealing had just become a normal thing in Liberia. Then they go around, they want to prosecute, low grade public official. I don't even call them government official, but public official. Like for example, former director of Passport, Andrew Wamlo. This little boy that was at the pole there in Buchanan. Charles Gore. How can you steal in a day like that? I do not know whether our people in government actually able to open the history book to read. I don't know. I don't know whether they have forgotten so quick that the key reasons why Liberia is where it is was because of corruption, and that corruption still exists today, and that corruption is highly practiced by the presidency. They send bourgeois bills to the parliament, they put money behind it for them to pass it into law. And at the end of the day, the Liberian people got to pay the price. I don't understand. I don't understand. Now you kind of tell us about playground. Then what the city of Monrovia is doing? If the president, government of Liberia is building playgrounds, what is the city of Monrovia supposed to be doing? If you get involved into market buildings now to get the women vote, then what LMA is doing Liberia Marketing Association? Where are we heading? Another part of the whole issue of the state of the nation is strong economically. What is a trickle down effect when you got about 80 to 85% of our budget going on personnel administration? Pay yourself, buy stationery and buy vehicles, and that's it. So how much going to development? The Constitution says you should tell us what happened yesterday, which is 2021. And that thing that happened, all the good things the government were able to do, they achieve it, they finish it, tell us. The thing that you were not able to do because there was no money, maybe there was too much hard time, you must tell us. And what kind of plan you get? What kind of plan you get for the new year, 2022? Then Jowiya go all the way to 2018 when he was being inaugurated at SKD. Then he moved from there. The project then that Ellie started, the project in that Ellie started, that what Jowiya talking about. Nothing finished. The one that I finished said, ever since before Jowiya come to power, my boy got to speak the Liberian English so you can get it straight. The thing that the word that finished before Jowiya come to power, Jowiya talk about all that thing yesterday. Then the people clapping for him. The Constitution now say that. But you know the disappointment? We do not have a strong, formidable legislature. And that is the reasons why those flunkies are called them. Let me use Darrell Dillon word, spineless people. They sat over there, they allow party surrogates, insignificant surrogates, to come and sit in chamber to clap for Joshua, lying to them. Because if they were following their oversight responsibility the Constitution gave them, law making and proper representation, Joshua will not lie to them. Because before the new budget comes in, budget performance will be available. It will get $2 for a specific school in Mosurado County, and that school did not receive what we put that money in the budget for. You're not even getting to us. That is same thing with the Meta State story. We did Meta State, we signed agreement. Day 1, day 2, day 3, you must do that, you must do that. Meta State do anything significant. They see Meta State turning around and go to executive and give them money. Now they're coming to that same legislature to extend their time in Liberia. You see the shame, and we get justice ministry there. They can't prosecute those people, but they follow political opponent to prosecute. And you know why? The song singer say, you can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool all the people all the time.
Look.
If you look around us, recent political history,
Okay. Okay.
the military has started taking over again in West Africa and
Oh, okay.
Africa as a whole.
Okay.
Now, Liberia is right in the corner. That is not our prayer. But when you find one president who is also adamant, who got a mindset of 2 years old, that you cannot use taxpayer money to buy vehicles and give it to public officials in your own name. Because only 2 years old should be doing that. Somebody who got 2 years old brain should be doing that. But man picking George Weah is doing it though. And he's president. And you know what? I don't care how we feel about it. George Weah is actually president. This is a national disgrace. It is a mistake. It's a national mistake. It's a national mistake for George Weah to be president of Liberia. And that's why nobody taking Liberia serious.
Oh.
Nobody taking Liberia serious right now. So folks, we are calling on you so that you can call in and share with us and the rest of the people. It'll be back to you.
The thing that funny, the thing that was looking funny to me yesterday was for the president of the country. He is speaking of peace and security. He is speaking about reconciliations. Then in the same country, I'm not talking about different country. In the same country, BWR teacher was on go slow yesterday. BWR, the instructor then they laid their truck down yesterday because of pay. And then the president that seems to embarrassing. This is a catastrophe. This is a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And if Liberian does not come from in that bubble, if we cannot come from in our bubbles, for us to swiftly and timely address these issues, it will be a catastrophe for a long time. We need to put a lot to these issues right now because this president, this flunky, this inconsistent human being. I hear many of you guys saying, President Weah, you guys scared Doe, you guys want to kill the president. What Doe was killed for? For massive corruptions.
Don't kill himself. Nobody killed him. He killed himself.
All right.
He committed a suicide.
So
go back to the history. Don't committed a suicide. He had plenty of opportunity to get out of the country, but he said 2 elephants going to fight and the grass going to suffer, and that's what he got.
So folks, here is it. Call here now and make your point. What are you for the government? If you are one of those stupidicians that want to sing praise and worship song to the choir of George Weah, no problem here. But for us here, we are strictly against him, not because he is president, but because this man does think like a 6-year-old child.
2 years old. 6 years more.
Because this man does not have. It's like this man brain. Something is the school in his brain need to be touching. So call here now, or better hold your peace on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call. The number is already printed. Just go down and click there, and the number, you'll be able to see the number and to be able to make your points. Yeah. Because this catastrophe that we are in, I can see us being in it for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Especially the way the country going now.
Yeah. Let's take our first call up. Let me let me address here. Um, Elizabeth, how you doing?
Yes, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear Fancy. But thank you, gentlemen, to bring this topic up because look what this man was in the place there when he was giving his annual messages.
The men were playing fun.
See, they,
The men
they,
were playing
they
fun.
allow they allow the citizens to enter to applaud him, but they refuse for other people to come and tell him boo. And you see, it was not, I look at it as I don't understand. So they allow these people, these girls, way in the background you can hear in the tape, hey mama, hey papa, hey this, but then they stop the other people from coming in to what to make the differences. And what the citizens can do when they're having demonstration, they say they're going counter protest, so why they could not accept the order to come for counter sharing. Is it to see whether it's going to work in that way? But anyway, I come to say that, my brother, you help us. Because maybe when someone are talking to Mr. A, Mr. AB, Mr. MZ, when we used to be talking about it, they say, step down, let Joe here step down. People say, oh, we got to wait, you cannot ask an elector, a president to step down. So you please help me because maybe I'm getting too old. So in the constitution.
For me, there is no taking and living around it. This man need to be removed.
So you help me now because maybe I'm getting too old, maybe my brain too old that I can't understand that a president can be asked to step down. You don't have to wait for election.
Absolutely, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
The power is invested in the people. So the people when the people demonstrate, that is a sign that indeed that they are not happy with the decadence, that they are not happy with the code.
And then we went on to say, let the man start. After 2 years, the man is not functioning well. He's not working. So let us him simply step down demonstration at that time. Our own people there in the CPP, those days, one of them, the party they call ANC, they went on air, grammatizing it, making it look like, we're coming to overthrow the man, and this will bring war. And that time the citizens were in the moon, they were hot because they just took power, so they don't want to leave.
Okay.
So everything on social media and things like that. But look at this species where the man get everything was just only based on lies.
Okay, thank you.
Lies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a caller here, Mr. Kamara. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. How you guys doing today?
Yeah, we're doing quite all right. What is on your mind?
Great show. I was just wondering, why are you guys surprised by George's attitude? Um, to his credit, he has been consistent since he assumed leadership in Liberia. Since 2018, George has shown that he's oblivious not just to the presidency, but to the plight of the people also. George have shown his his ignorance, you know, to Liberia since he got there. George has also ignored everybody's opinion, everyone's thoughts, everyone's opinion, everyone's grieving. George has always ignored what the people think and feel. He's always done what he has always done for the past 5 times now. So I don't see any reason for us to be upset because he has not lied to us. During the campaign, he never told the Liberian people with specificity what he was capable of doing. And therefore, to his credit, this is all our fault. Some of us was in the vanguard of getting him elected. Today, I can look back and say I regret the moment that this ever happened, that I ever joined the CDC. But the error has been made. And again, he has always shown us he's not a man of words, but he's a man of deeds. And he has shown us in his deed that he does not care about what anyone thinks. It's about George. It is going to be about George. If you don't like it, die. Therefore, this is my suggestion. Uh, I even said this to George Lobo, although he did not respond, and I did not expect him to respond anyways, that it was important for the Senator Joseph Yuma Barker to get a little more aggressive, politically speaking. He has to begin to engage people.
Yeah, Mr. Kamar, before you come in, before you say that, let me say this here. Mr. Joseph Yuma Barker, he is sleeping again. He is sleeping again. The man is sleeping again. And let me tell you something. One of Nyamli Kanga leadership as chairman of the chairlady of the CPP. She debunked Mr. Weir annual address. She took the podium, she debunked it. On Alexander B. Cummings, the annual address that the president get, he came on the podium, he debunked it. On JMB leadership, he refused to debunk it. He sent a call lege. He sent Kra to go to debunk the president's speech. Are you really serious? So this is the clear manifestation.
No, but with that, Abraham, I think I disagree with you. I think with that which happened about that president's speech shows Joseph Yuma Barker's acceptance of institutionalism. The United Party is an institution. The United Party decided.
The United Party is member of the CPP. They are, as far as we are concerned, they are the chair.
No. But listen to this. Again, the United Party clearly stipulated that it was not responding to George Weir's State of the Union address as the CPP. They said in clear terms they were debunking as the Unity Party.
Yeah, but
that's what it was.
I am speaking in as a chairperson of the CPP, but now JMB is supposed to be debunking the statement of
my
the
dear
president.
brother.
I'm not speaking of Unity Party because I know that that's what that they're supposed to do. But I am speaking on a Nyamli Kanga never debunked it as Senator Bearer.
But this is where again
LP.
This is where again you're falling flat, my brother. Under Nyamli Kanga there was a CPP. Okay? Under Benin Ayere there was a CPP. Under Alexander Cummings there was a CPP. And let me just tell you, the CPP right now is a frame.
On a JMB, there's not a CPP. Then why JMB cannot walk out?
No, but listen, JMB. Remember though, you got to look at this thing from what it really is. Abraham, pay some detailed attention. The executive committee of the Unity Party overwhelmingly voted already that the Unity Party is leaving the CPP. Just because they have not left doesn't mean the principle of leaving the CPP does not stand. It's just like I said, look at the thing from inside. It's a frame. The Unity Party has already voted to leave the CPP. So it doesn't matter whether they announce their date of departure or not. They've already told you clear cut. You know, it's like you can be somewhere, your body there, but your soul and your mind is not there. That's what's happening in the CPP. But that was not that is not my major concern here. My major concern here is the Liberian people overwhelmingly are on the side of Joseph Yuma Barker as an individual. Forget CPP, forget the Unity Party.
Okay.
They are on his side as an individual, and this is why we need him to be a little more proactive and progressive. He needs to begin to engage the people from township to township, from county to county, because whether or not the CPP stands, Joseph Yuma Barker is going to be on the ballot. And we all know that. And the people have told him in clear terms, it's you that we want. And the people are complaining as we speak to Joseph Yuma Barker to begin to speak, but he really has not paid much attention. And it's making me concerned. Some of us who are supporting him, and when we send message to a couple of people that ignore us, then we have to come live. What I would say on your platform in this public manner, In the next 6 months, if I do not see Joseph Human Burger, because I don't care about United Party, neither do I care about CBB, it's Joseph Human Burger who I believe in. Within the next 6 months, if Joseph Human Burger does not become a little more aggressive, proactive, engaging. I'm not saying go after government like most people want, but his people want to see him. They want to hear from him. They want to give. They want reassurance from him. He cannot just be dumbass and redundant. He has to get out there. We love him so much, and therefore we have to speak the truth. We're all talking about what job we are doing. There's only one remedy. The military cannot do anything like that at this particular point in time. There's only one remedy, and that remedy is 2023 elections. And I'm always in Liberia and I'll be there again the next few days. The only person with the popularity to go neck to neck or above George Weah is Joseph Yuma Butler. But if he does not reassure the people that he is ready, he is motivated, he is fired up, and he's ready to inspire the people, and just be quiet, then we're going to have an issue. 6 months from now, if Joseph Yuma Butler remains the same, some of us will have to make another decision. And I just wanted to say that. But thank you guys so much for the show. I enjoyed the analysis. I enjoyed what our Francis came all out. He gave some specific references to some of the things that he clearly put hole in George Weah's logic in the entire speech. There was no reason for the speech to be 2 hours and a half. The only reason it was 2 hours plus is because he put all the old things back in the speech. But thank you guys so much for having me. We'll be here watching.
Thank you. Keep your call coming out on 267-938-2801. Or you can keep your call coming on 215-824-8124. Yeah, Francis.
Yeah, AB, I told our audience I needed to read this part. Maybe they don't know. I honor Article 56, appointment by the President. All cabinet ministers, deputy and assistant cabinet minister, ambassadors, ministers and consuls, superintendents of counties, and other government officials, both military and civilian, appointed by the president pursuant to this constitution shall hold their offices at the pleasure of the president. He can appoint today, he can fire tomorrow. But under B, that's a key area I want to come. That's A, and under B, Article 56 is there shall be elections of parliament, clan, and town chiefs by the registered voters in their respective localities to serve for a term of 6 years. They may be re-elected and may be removed only by the president for proved misconduct. The legislature shall enact laws to provide for their qualifications as may be required. Yeah, now. When you see Jefferson Coaching jumping all over the place, that's not appointment positions. And you see, most of the time, including Ellen did it, Charles Taylor did it, Samuel Kayando did it, don't get me wrong, that's how they've been operating. Influential leaders in our counties, elders, for the most part, we call them chiefs. This president look at them and appoint them. We can have the other election, but we can't have chiefs, municipal, and chieftaincy elections. The only time we're supposed to appoint people who need to be elected, it is under the provisions of transition. Our constitution has transitional provision. When the country is at war, when something happened that we cannot go regular, like when the military took over, they suspended the constitution. You don't need to have election that time. There's no election. It's power grab by force. But under normal circumstances, when the country is not under attack by enemies, for instance, the last election when Samuel Kayando was living, 1986 to today, to 2017, government of Liberia have not been able to conduct municipal and chieftaincy election in our country. You know why? It is not because they don't have money. Jowiana can go into our development partners' coffers and borrow money from there to pay themselves. But they can't tell our development partners say help us do this so that we can create participatory democracy. Today, you think that Jefferson Koji is so important because what? The president appointed him as city mayor. That position we should not be appointing anybody to that position. All the cities in Liberia should not be appointment. All the chiefs should not be appointment, including Zanzakawa. But Senator appointed Zanzakawa, he stayed there. And you know, most of these people, they are just like the lake Krakoto. They say, where the sun shines, there where I hang my clothes, so it can get dry faster. And they do it for political reason. They do it intentionally. But again, as a political analyst, my frustration has been, and continue to be, we do not have a loyal oppositions to educate our people about these issues, about these fundamental constitutional issues. There is no awareness. We do not have a sustainable and solid political parties like opposition. We do not have a strong and vibrant civil society that will do this small thing to make the people to understand their government and their governance system. We do not have it. Thank God for technology. When they want power tomorrow, they come to us, they give us one bag of rice, they take the power, they abuse us. They abuse us. You go to Peasway, they get another girlfriend there, who is a city mayor. You go to Lofa, you go to Grand Cru, you go to Nimba County, you go to Bon County. They are all seditions. All the chiefs right now, all the city mayors now, for the most part, if all of them are not seditions, there will be 99.9% sedition. The ruling party already has superintendent and internal affairs minister and deputy superintendent for development and fiscal affairs. Why you want to get the chiefs again? Why? I don't understand. But you see, we need to continue fighting. We need to continue fighting this behavior of stealing in the day, and Jawia have made corruption to be live in our country. Then he carry on cosmetic so-called prosecution of other people. That's why the election commission chair is stayed there, even though LACC has done something. She should not be there. The agriculture minister should not be there. The minister of justice, the most powerful minister in our country by law, should even be investigating George Weah West at this time.
Okay.
Where he got money to build all these homes that he could not build when he was playing football. That's what we should be doing. FBI were prosecuting Donald Trump right here. They were investigating while he was sitting. Investigating his campaign. And majority of the folks went to jail. You can go get a novice like George Weah. Everybody said that they allow George Weah to abuse them in the public. We need to change our mindset. You know what? America we see today did not reach to that point because they decided to sit down and they got it on silver platter. They work for it. They work for it. We need to work for it. And those other people that are talking about, oh, we can't go over there, we can't do that. Hold a minute. Why we went to war? That's a simple question you need to ask yourself. Why we place people on camera in the open AK-47 on the beach? Why we did that? We killed Todbo and his family members. Decent people, government officials. But we charge them of corruption, massive corruption, nepotism, political, social, and economic. We place them on fiery scrap. The junta group that did that, they became worse in the Constitution under Article 97. They created a specific article in here to protect them. even in their house, even when they already died in their grave. That's a shame, and we need to change it.
We have a quarter.
Honor the theories of
Yes,
democracy and the theories of
Francis, how are
governance with
you?
regard
This
to
is
the
Austin.
system.
Yeah, Austin.
I hope
Let
I
me
hope you
just
got
conclude
on
my
your
thought
Yeah,
quickly.
Austin. Hold on. Francis,
Regular elections is not
you have
all
to
about
reduce your
democracy.
receiver, Austin.
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you, but
Or
Francis says something.
democracy is not just about regular
Okay, let
elections.
you finish.
But what happens between those elections matters a lot. We cannot elect you for 5-6 year term and you're abusing on every day. We can remove you by force if they need be. And that's why we see happy in Guinea.
Okay.
And that is why we just wishing that happen in Burkina Faso.
Okay.
And that is what we observe that happen in Sudan. And that is why we observe that happen in Mali. And you name it. And it happened to us in our own country in 1980. Why we didn't wait for trouble?
Austin,
It must stop.
Yeah, Francis knows me very well.
I am talking about your receiver. You have to reduce your receiver volume.
Okay, hold on. I'm sitting next to the other phone I'm using. That's why. So all I have to do is to pause.
Mute it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it right now. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you okay? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, we all went through the traumas. We all seen what. In fact, firstly, let me tell you, thank you for the show. And this is one of the shows that allows you to talk, and then you finish everything that you want to say. The cutting all the Spoon TV and Perfect King show and all those things. Normally, I don't really let to come on the show. Francis, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. I will tell you also dying. But thank you.
They are all belated.
I miss you guys. I'll be coming to North Dakota soon. Yeah. The only thing that really made me to come on the show is that it makes statement I don't really like. I know when men they say an angry man, or for sure, an angry man, somehow they can, they can phrase it at times. So we had to use of power in order to say something that will, hurt, that will make the audience to stand up. We don't have leaders. We all see Georgia attitude. We came here, we walked by foot and went to school. We learned. We should not still be treated than 1984. Then 1847, we need to. We the youth get together and go over there. And one thing I see in the Liberian politics, when one man land, you the king for everything. But we don't have leader. Right now, as I speak to you, all the noise making on the show here, we don't have leader. How many Oscar when me uno noise in Delaware? And coming when me uno noise, is saying now somewhere in the jailhouse, somewhere close. So we don't have leader. Our political leaders are not falling apart. They are not building themselves together. Like me, my only advice on the show right now, but there's a fresh time, and thank you for inviting me on the show. Joseph Baker need to find a running mate. I think that lady, Ellie Kweklo, it will work fine. They will find a very strong togetherness. They can take Georgia from power. He's not my president. I love him from day one when he was playing football because I'm a footballer. But they will make you all sure because we plenty on the show. We don't have leader. So just making a noise for nothing. But I want to congratulate George Weah for all he has done. If we say 1847, we became an independent country. If Joseph G. Rabo had done it, Timmy Benson had done it, Ali Bill or how they call it, or playground. I came to Monrovia 2000. There was no playground. Okay? That talks so and talks so. We had Joseph G. Rabo, Timmy Benson, Tana be one or all the presidents up to what, 20 something or 30 something if I count them. Liberia is the only oldest country in West Africa that has the largest number of presidents. Africa only has 6 in number. Every day we kill our president. We're not getting a chance for them to function. One power I'm going to give you tonight, one tree cannot make a forest.
Look. Let me just hold you right there. You see, because the president didn't want to be killed, he tells you that we didn't want to kill President Tuckman, that we didn't want to kill President Joseph Jean Rara, that we didn't want to kill Stephen A. Benson, that we didn't want to kill Dana E. Howard, that we didn't want that the Liberian people that killed them, or they just died by natural cause. So you know, this thing that you're talking here, we need to be clear. We need to be clear with our audience. One president we need a high-headed medicine. He does not need a soft legislature. Our president needs a robust legislature. Our president don't need to be a pamper. No.
Yeah, but bro, AB though, let me just conclude here and let me not waste all of people's time. When you enter the bathroom, you need to hang the way they hang. You not do it, you not be successful. Like sometimes they can say, Liberia over Nimakante. When they say no to you, you're in trouble. It's not because they're harmful to people. So when you enter the bathroom, you need to hang the way they hang. Any kid from this country and went with the intention of rebuilding Liberia, and then she failed. We saw it ourselves because they see all people stay in our place. We need to get rid of all people in our place in order for Liberia to grow up. We need a new generations who get in there. We just get to see all people. They just sit and then in our midst, and they just confuse you and they scare you.
No, you need the old people the old people is not our problem. You need to sit down on an old map before you can be able to plot a new one.
Yeah, common sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right. So for the father, you need to sit down on an old map before you can be able to plot a new one, because the old map will be able to teach you sufficient lessons that you may not even forget. But we never did that.
Yeah, but let's go back.
Not just a young people that are prepared to take our country, not just that kind of young people. Not that kind of young people. A prepared young man. Not young man like Josh Manor we are. Josh Manor we are is not his hair is not correct. The man who go to sing music through all his life, because that now he having the opportunity to sing music, so the man just singing. The man have turned our presidency to a music bar.
100% when I see it can hear me, but
no, it can't hear you. I mean, because we need to get rid of the old people.
Yeah, the good thing I said, the old people.
Maybe we need to take another call.
We have couples of presidents who try to do that, it didn't work. But when I say we want to get rid of the old people, the same people say that with the same idea.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, bro, AB. Thank you for inviting me to your show and accepting my call. Okay. This is the first time I always follow you if you look at my comments on your line. So thank you.
Thank you.
Bro Francis, thank you so much, too.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling Austin.
Austin.
You know, there are a lot of our friends, and sometimes it baffles my imagination that many of our people don't know our history, even the older ones, and that is a problem. Liberian people, we the people, the ordinary people, even though the Constitution says so, under Chapter 1, Article 1, all power is inherent in the people. But we have never succeeded killing our own president. Those presidents that have been killed, they allowed themselves to be killed because they were doing things that were not right. And you need to read the history. You need to read it. Dr. Richard Talbot was killed as a result of arresting multiple people in the midst of quasi-multi-party democracy, and in addition to foreign policy difference between Monrovia and Washington, especially on the issue of Palestine and Israel. Go back and go research the information I just offer you free. So Liberian people did not kill Turbo. Samuel Doe King, Uncle Sam did that work. I told the former wife of Dr. Turbo, the white hands behind the death of my husband. Go buy that book. It's on Amazon. My people, Pawusoya, I ain't even calling them soldiers. Pawusoya, prior to 1980, what was the strength of the Liberian army that could kill people like Turbo? Let Towson go read history. Go sit down with Dr. Say Guano so he can lecture you small. Pawusoya, there was a foreign assistant, a foreign power that led to the successful death of Turbo. I can give it to you for free. Okay? But foreign power cannot take any governmental position in our country. So they needed people to take responsibility. And the good news is, according to our political history, Samuel Kanyan Doe at the time on the grounds of the executive mansion was the highest ranking officer when Turbo got killed. So they push it on him. The most educated, experienced soldier at the time was Thomas Kemper. So what happened among the 17 people? Let's do small political history. In 3 months, what happened among the 17 enlisted men? There were no women there, according to our political history.
Augustine Yene, I just posted the number. So Augustine Yene, if you want to call here now, or as we have just 10 more minutes, we'll be closing. So Augustine, if you want to call, just call right now.
What happened among them? While Samuel Kanyan Doe, everybody was going to a meeting with their pistol after they killed all that 26 people from the First Republic.
Hello?
And Samuel Kanyan Doe now started to tell his colleagues, don't bring gun here. While Kuyapa got to be demoted as a soldier, chief of staff of the army, to go serve as a secretary general for the Redemption Council. Why?
Okay.
So we got plenty of questions you need to ask before you all say Liberian people kill their president. We didn't get no president. Samuel Kanyan Doe killed himself. What he opposed when he took power and killed people openly on camera, it was the same thing he did and that what led to his death. He committed suicide. It's a fact.
Okay. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Eddie Sumo and I call from Iowa, Waterloo.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, this is my first time calling on your show, and we just need to pray for our country. And
they're praying for the country, and they're praying for the country. You think that you want God sitting there just listening to?
They need to go to North Korea, whether they're sitting and praying, or maybe Singapore.
But
Macron say you need to go to North Korea or go to Singapore to see whether it is a God that making things to be done.
They're not praying to that one making their country to be what it is.
Maybe it's you myself, it's not God.
But
because you're trying to put the right thing in place, and the people who saying the right thing and they still disqualifying the right thing. There were the brother that came from online that saying A, B, C, D. Because he's not in Liberia, he's not there, he don't know what the people going through. We all sitting in America, China, and other places, but what the people facing, that we don't know. And we see those things on television or people talking day and night, but we still don't take it into consideration to be able to speak the truth. If you my mom, when you slap somebody, why should I be backing in that? Oh, you did the right thing. So people stay carrying on the same old ugly thing. And let me tell you the truth. Until we can learn how to say the truth, and when AB, my brother, you're doing the wrong thing, I should be able to tell you, oh, what you're doing is not right. Even 2, 3 persons come and say, look, you forgive my brother, what he said is not true, or what he's doing is not right. That's the only way, but we just continue to go one stage to another stage. We all praised yesterday. He came to our power. Today he there. He said from his time they were going to fight for justice, for peace. I remember Buffer Chimo refused to shake the president's hand. Buffer Chimo on AU campus himself no representative today can stand up, opposition representative to push on the police aside. No opposition representative can stand today to say they're going to lead the people for demonstration peacefully to talk about things that is not right. Under this government, you cannot do it. But I don't know why our people going to or where they're heading to. We just in the same black and white. Today we put AB there. We say AB is a Messiah. Tomorrow AB can't. AB tend to be not a Messiah again. Or you put Eddie Sumo or Francis. This is why I say we still got to pray. Because we don't even know what we're heading to. People tell you they get 50 billion, 100 billion. But when you see the country, ask for rice price right now. Because our Liberian people, our beating there. Ask for gas price now. If you are able to generate 50 billion or donor or able to send you money, look at the life of the people. Look at our own lifestyle. When you put money in your phone right now in Liberia, when you not use it, when you put it at 1 o'clock, and you not use it, you take it. So, when people talking, sometimes I feel so disgraced and shame about my own country.
Okay.
One thing that is going on and people talking differently.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too.
Okay. So that wraps us to our last caller. That was our last caller for tonight. But before going, I wanted to say something. Famata Onuma. This is a girl that since I've been having show, even the shirt, the cap that is on me here tonight. This is the girl that called me to say, hey, Abraham, I love your show. I'm coming to Minneapolis, Minnesota. What can I bring for you? The girl live in Alaska. I said, anything. She was able to purchase me this cap and this t-shirt that I'm here tonight. She brought it. She was able to give me 2 of this shirt with this cap. She just never stopped there. This girl follow our show when me and Francis is about to have our show. When we don't come on, this is the woman that called me to ask me, what happened, Yamba, you're not on tonight? She asked me the last time. She said, how can I contribute? As I was sure, we can accept contributions. So you want to send money to Francie, you want to send money to me, it's anyway. This girl sent us $160. It may look small to some people, but that is not small. We use it to buy the new equipment. Although the money was not enough for us to be able to buy everything that we have, I was able to dip in my pocket to be able to add the money to buy the mixer. I know that a few times ago that our mixer was giving us problem. That our quarter were not hearing, our audience were not getting our quarter. That mixer needed to be changed. That mixer needed to be changed. But because of her sincerity, her love for this show, my sister was able to send us $160. And I just want to use the time to tell her thank you very much publicly. I am coming to do this because, when people do you a little good, appreciate it. When people do you, even it is $5, appreciate it. And that is why that for me and on behalf of the show and including Francis, we want to say, my Famata, thank you very much. And we really appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. We have a quarter. Quarter, what is her name and what are you calling on from?
This is Lazilius Ducle calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, you have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Maybe my concerns really went to two things, our brother and the president speech, or our brother's city, Penn City, the guy that died today. We all saw the whole nation sigh about it based on his advocacy, even though in politics, people can't agree to everybody. Like what me, most often I need to disagree with him. But he was a young promising brother. People feel his takes today. There's a reason why anything you're doing in this life, do it to your best of your finger. Because you overlook yourself, but when something happens, people get to know, yeah, that's guy that used to be calling on show and what have you. So the life we live today, his death will serve as a lesson to other living one.
Okay.
That
Thank you.
politics should not make us go against each other. And we should live together as brother and sister without politics. And the second one have to do with AB, just 1 minute, 30 seconds, have to do with the Liberian people quick to forget.
Okay.
The car and motorbike the Pope gave today, they are forgetting totally all their condition is over. If this man is re-elected, when stuff start coming, that is the time they will remember the future. But for now, they are forgetting. He is the best president.
Thank you.
So it's just an advice to our people to vote wise. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Francis, back to you.
Yeah, I want to add my voice there too. Like I did a small podcast the last time about my birthday, and I mentioned in the video is posted on my Facebook. Gratitude, AB, is very important.
It's very important.
I'm one of those two that go that way. And Liberian people say, if you can't help, don't harm. We got a lot of folks here that can't honor our life views, criticize, or we don't have nothing to do. And just so you know, we got something to do. We go to work the same way you go to work. But we do this because we too, we matter. And we too have a voice. And moreover, our fundamental framework, which is the 1986 Constitution, give us the opportunity and right to do what we're doing. The same way you get it right to do what you are doing, what you believe in. Life, where your right stop, there my own begins. And I want to take this time to join my host, Mr. Kamara, to say thank you plenty to our sister Femata. We appreciate you. And we can accept donations. If you give it to us, we'll take it. In economics, they say there's no free lunch. What we do here, we pay money for it. The software we're using, we pay money for it. The computer we're using, we got to maintain it. And every time we come from where we come to sit there, you don't think, we don't have work to do. We got work to do. We go to work, you see where you go to work. If you can help us, we appreciate it. Some people are asking for cash out. It be probably next time you gotta post the cash app number there. Those who will give, they can give. If they can give, Costa Show, and you guys can give, spoon or spoon talk or spoon FN, quote unquote, the largest, because at least they got 3 radio stations running in Morovia and they're getting money from that. We're not getting no money. You know why? If you want to think about us, because you love what we do here every night, we will appreciate your thought and your goodwill. So I just want to say again and again, Femata, we appreciate you, and we appreciate the rest of our audience that you follow us, you got work to do, but you love what we do. And that is why we are yet, we got passion for what we do. Our country mindset need to change. No Liberian person should tell you, say you are part of the problems. We, the ordinary people, are the victims of our governments. Yesterday and today, they victimize us, they abuse us, and they continue to do it. Look, we thought George Weah was our generational partner.
I tell you.
That's what we thought with the young people, including me. I'm not excluding myself from it. But what we see now, and another thing that can really get to people, not just me, but most of us, Joshua does not, like the other caller said, Joshua does not even have time for us. He doesn't care. He just do what he wants to do. And when you say we the Liberian people, we care our president, we didn't kill them, they killed themselves. Like Samuel Doe. Why these young children in Nimba County 1983? You need to read the history. Nimba Ray. Over 300 children were buried alive. I must tell you because I'm a political analyst. I read it in school. I researched it. Why other people dead for them to be killed in cold blood? No war fighting during Samuel Doe regime. Just because they came from Nimba County. Those people that disagree with Father Samuel Tonen, let me get you the history free. What did they do to him? What did any people did to him? You cannot plant coconut and get cucumber from it. When you plant coconut, you get coconuts back. When you plant cucumber, you get cucumber back. Or cucumber, let me call it the other name, scientific name. You can't plant sugar cane and go get cocoa out of it. And those of us who are believers, there is no sin go unpunished. Nobody happy for other people's death. But you know why? In politics, it's all part of the game. That's why you see politicians are always guarded by people that got AK-47. Okay? So you need to understand that. Those of you that didn't read the signs, it's up to you. Those of us that read a sign, go into regular elections and we give you power and you say now you're abuser, we can use the other alternative that we have. All power is inherent in the people. We can put you out. Either by mass demonstration or by other intervention, including revolution. We were taught by Larry Toba. Okay, and the rest of the guys. So we're not bragging about it. This is not what we want for our country. We want our country to change. We want our leadership to change. They need to go back to history. So we're not saying we should be perfect people. There is no human being that is perfect. There is no country that is perfect. There is no government that don't have challenges. But you cannot come to our parliament and stop other citizens from entering, especially local county people, and you allow cherry squad from your political party to enter and clap for you, talking nonsense to the people on camera. You don't do that. If you give her the opportunity, we'll force you out. We'll force you out. We want their mindset to be changed. And our leaders need to start their mindset for it to change. You cannot hold poor people. You're talking about budget increase. What is the trickle-down effect on the old lady Hawaii Soniwe? I'm not even talking about Lofa County. What is the trickle-down effect? Positive trickle-down effect on Oma Hawaii Soniwe or Oma Sony on Poiland Road. I'm not even talking about Lofa County. I'm not talking about Nimba County. I'm not talking about Grand Crew that you don't even have a road to go there. The coastal highway, George, we have talked about. Where is it?
Oh, okay, okay.
Where is the coastal highway? You were playing football, you had money, you did not have a private jet. You say your friend gave it to you. Majority of our contracts now is being given to that friend.
Oh, okay.
You go to address our parliament for the first time, you say Liberians not going to be spectator in our own country. We are more than spectator right now in our own country, Mr. We are.
We are just sitting on the fence.
You cannot lie to the people like that. You cannot lie to the people like that. And this is a moment you should seize to start to repent. Or we're not going to forgive you. Because every single forgiveness, thank God you are a pastor, Mr. Weir. You believe in the Bible. There is no forgiveness without repentance.
Oh, okay.
Every single forgiveness is predicated upon repentance. And before we can politically forgive you, you need to start to declare and public your assets so that we can know how much you have before we make you president. Because building all these homes without private jet, and now you're taking our money, giving it to the chiefs now in your own name. We will come after you. You need to start repenting by now. For people to come on this show and just come and say we must go pray, the Chinese people are not sitting up praying every day that made their country to be better. The people in South Korea, small country that broke away from North Korea, they're not sitting up praying every day so that their country can be better. North Korea is not doing that. They're small country.
Singapore.
How they call it? Uganda. Yeah, they're not sitting up praying. Mali does not even have a seaport, but look at the highway they got.
Oh, okay.
Burkina Faso does not have a seaport, but look at the highway they got. We, the Liberian people, we the people, we're not responsible for you. You're responsible for yourself. Anybody under my voice tonight that get offended because I say Samuel K. Doe committed suicide, it is on you. He did commit a suicide. Okay? You don't slaughter people like that, and you think another man will not slaughter you. As long you don't repent. Every time somebody become president, the guy AK-47 guys are guarding it. So you know what is that? You're in the middle, life and death. So you got to do well. That's why the West continue to prosper, because they follow the book. Joshua should be investigated by now. Why he's a sitting president? Investigate his campaign, investigate his finances. Minister of Justice is supposed to do that, but the Minister of Justice in Liberia will never do it because they feel the president is out to it. So when you come on our show, if you don't do something, don't mislead our people. Liberian people will commit no crime. We didn't commit no crime. We are being the victim and we still victim. We have no business being in America. We're supposed to come visit the country and just go back based on the resources we got if it were not mismanagement. Political, social, and economic mismanagement. And it continued today under the watch of Africa Best, Europe Best, World Best, Josh Weir. And Josh Weir, just remember, 2023, we're coming after you very strong. Don't mind the CPP breakdown, we coming. We'll go to the ballot box and just stay clear. You make any attempt to steal the show, you're on your own. As Samuel can, he will tell you. And as Charles he will tell you. Yeah, man. And the people can't change.
You know, Francis, that is the beauty of this show. Here we don't hold back. We say just how it came to us, we give it to you just like that. That is the beauty of this show. Because we are the victim. We have been victimized.
By governance.
So by our court according here to say that Liberian people should pray, it was not praying that made South Korea and North Korea. It was not
Look
praying.
At that small alien country, Taiwan, broke away from China.
It was not Taiwan.
Now they got to give up rest.
Huh? But just what my co-host said, any attempt. But I don't know what the matter is wasting time for, sir. I don't know. I don't get it.
You don't know what the people doing. You know they're not supposed to be in our politics, right? You hear what your military talking? The only thing you hear them talk when they take over state power. That's the only thing you hear them talk. They're not supposed to say anything. They're supposed to appear neutral.
Yeah, but our military. Do you know that some of our military, you know what reduced our military manpower to 2,500?
That's why I say Pawuso ain't able to talk about those days. Oh, I beg
So in short, our military, you guys are wasting time. You guys are wasting time. Because it was the same military that took over in Guinea few months ago. It was the same military that took over in Burkina Faso. It was the same military that took over in Mali.
Mm-hmm.
It is the same military in disguise that took over in Sierra Leone. So, because Julius Maada Bio was an ex-military man. It was the same.
Maada Bio actually took over the country from the junta rebels and led the country a while and turned it over to the late Dr. Ahmad Tijan Kaba and then back off. So I think he was around the corner and then he got retired and everything was around the corner. Then he ran into a civilian rule and the people re-elected him. I mean, not re-election, but elected him officially.
Yeah, but it was the same. It was just what you explained. That's the same thing that happened to the current that to Buhari. So.
Yeah. I think Obasanjo succeeded Buhari. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Yeah. So.
Look at the tropical rainforest. Look at the tropical rainforest in our country, in Lofa County. When you rain, if you don't take time, it can't even drop on you. The rain can drop on you. Eh? How can we continue to boast about budget going up? But there is no program. There is no program. Eh?
All right.
8 o'clock, whole city, everybody go to bed. How can we have a hydro, according to the people that build it, that's supposed to give us more electricity than we want, and this government been in power 4 years? They cannot carry on transmission and distribution. Moravia don't have current, but they got it. I don't understand these people. I don't understand them.
Right.
How can you have economic prosperity, but the people are still living in abject poverty?
Oh, okay. Talk to me.
How can you have economic prosperity, but the people don't have jobs? Then these people allow this president to go stand over the 2 hour 35 minutes and lecture them very nicely on a campaign launch for 2023. And all of them follow him to go to SKD to give backups to the chief with his knee rating on it. And nobody in their right mind could tell Mr. President, no, don't get this guy, we need to remove your name because the taxpayer money. Nobody in their right mind could say that.
I say that the matter is wasting time. That's what I have to say.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame.
Folks.
It is a shame. If we don't take time, when they finish with the Martian Joey, I say president, they're going to put his picture up there and put his name on that Martian. It's possible.
Yeah, it is.
It's possible.
But
you see why Kerry Charles said out of jail today? The same thing. The same thing. That's not Liberia story, but he crossed the boundary.
You know,
he crossed the boundary.
I just wanted to touch a little bit on Wayne City death.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
You know,
touch on that, then we can call it a night.
Yeah. You know, Wayne City was a fine young man, a fine brother. But you know, when it comes to consistency and inconsistency, Wayne City was inconsistent. It was the same Wayne City who was here, he was supporting ADD, but when he went back home, he started to support the CDC because of his, you know, that is the Win City
politician
that we know. But his death, according to unclarified source, that Win City actually dropped in a bathroom. You know, this brother have been sick for a little over 2 to 3 years. He had a heart surgery. So, but who knows? Maybe his wife was to work. But this brother dropped in a bathtub. And that was the end.
Yeah, you know, it be just to add a little bit. I was not a fan of him anyway, but multiple times I will kind of like follow him, especially the protests that he staged in Washington D.C. about Eddie Johnson Sirleaf, and then in New York about George Weah, and then by coincidence, I traveled to Liberia 2018. He was there, and I was there when he went to CDC to support them. But I mean, what I heard, he was in the U.S. military, and he got honorably discharged as a result of medical disability.
Yeah.
That is and honestly, on behalf of Abraka Show, that's our young brother. According to media report, he died at the age like 31, 32. That's very young. I'm older than him plenty. You know, sometimes it be we just have to be careful. Even your doctor doesn't know you very well, equal to yourself. When you get certain medical condition, health condition, you gotta be aware of that. You gotta be aware of your body.
You gotta be aware of your surrounding too. You gotta be aware of your surroundings.
There is honestly speaking, our deeper condolences to his family.
Yeah.
And you know, tomorrow is not actually promised when it comes to life, especially those of us who are believers. But we just have to do what we got to do. You got to know about yourself. You got to know what you can do, what you cannot do. You also got to know about your surrounding, how you go about doing things. But there are a lot of our people, they don't take these things into consideration. When you get a medical condition, you have to be careful. We all will go. We don't know when and we don't know how. You know, that's what I got to say on that. But we all actually, everybody talk about him today for the most part, Facebook people. It's a sad death, but it is the way it is. You know,
and Win City just brought his wife with his daughter in the United States.
Yes, I heard that today. They said they were living
in Maryland,
Ohio, kind of. Yeah, Maryland.
No, it's Maryland. It's Maryland that Win City live. He live Maryland, and I have a couple of my followers who just posted, you know, then in Win City. But it was untimely death. So, like my co-host said, you know, the doctor does not even know when your time is coming. So we need.
I had a encounter with a senior brother. I don't want to call the company name just because some people don't like it, but just to share with our audience. I was so concerned about his work habit, you know, working at night, and just out of curiosity, I said, but, you know, senior brother, why not? I'm your manager. I can change your shift. I don't want you to do this. Sometimes when we're getting older, our immune system start to decline.
Yeah.
And that brother, I mean, he was very he was so happy that I thought of that. But then we went close door. He told me exactly what was his situation, and his situation was about health. And the only way he could get it going was to work at night. I said, wow. So, you know, I'm just saying this to say sometimes we just got to be careful with ourselves. The one we can take care of, we take care of that. The one we cannot take care of, you leave that one with the old man. Leave that one with your God. Your God will take care of that, you know. Christmas Sally died very young. We don't know the main reasons for the most part, but based on what we know. Yeah, so again, our condolences to his family.
Yeah.
And we're gonna miss him a lot. The same way we are missing our buddy Valerie. Last year he died too.
Yeah.
Very young, you know. Valerie died. A lot of our young people going early, you know. Too much stress in this country too. Too much stress.
I'm telling you.
It's not easy.
The
bless God that we are here.
The man tried to bring his wife, and he have left his wife with his two. The man's wife just gave birth.
Wow.
Just gave birth about a few months ago. Young girl left with the mom, and the dad is gone.
Your dad is gone.
So that is to tell us that tomorrow is not promising. Tomorrow is not promising. So live your best. Live as soon as possible as you are living. Remember that tomorrow is not promising. So on that note, this is how we'll let to end this talk show, and be our guest tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you.
Okay.
One 138. Another audio is on circulation entitled The Value of Life. This current audio is however entitled What If Tomorrow Never Comes? Do enjoy and don't forget to share. We were once like you, and you will soon be like us. These are the words written at the entrance of one of the cemeteries in Europe. When you consider the words carefully, it appears as though the dead are communicating with the living, who visit the cemetery to either bury a corpse or visit their dead relatives. The subject of death and salvation have been discussed extensively right from the first century. This audio seeks not to address the same problem, but to look at another gaping hole with respect to death. I once chanced on a post on Facebook, and I think it's worth sharing. This is what it says. The house where I lived was about to be seized, just because I could not pay the rent. I posted my situation on Facebook and WhatsApp looking for help, but all I could get were 2 likes and 0 comments. So I sent 250 messages to my contact list requesting for a loan of 500 Ghana cedis. Unfortunately, only 10 people responded. 6 out of the 10 people said they could not help me, and only 1 out of the 4 who promised to help me gave me some money. The other 3 people gave me no excuse and never took my calls. In the end, I was ejected. I did not have a place to sleep. I walked in the dark looking for options, and unfortunately a thief stole my empty wallet with my identity card. In his haste to get away from me, he crossed the road without looking. He was badly hit by a car on high speed without his body being identified. Only the wallet containing my identity card served as a marker. The news spread quickly the next day that I had died. 628 people posted on my Facebook wall how they knew me and how kind I was. A committee was formed by my supposed faithful friends who raised 9,000 Ghana cedis to feed people at my funeral. My work colleagues, who never existed while I struggled to pay for my rent, organized themselves and raised 7,500 Ghana cedis for my coffin, tents and chairs. I had to be buried in a coffin worth 6,000 Ghana cedi, but as they hastily bought it, there was a man who sold it to them for 2,500 Ghana cedi, saying it was his contribution. The family met again. It was a rare opportunity for the family to meet again. For my funeral, the family contributed 2,500 Ghana cedis. Everybody wanted to volunteer to show that they were participating. They printed t-shirts and polos for more than 1,500 Ghana cedis. Imagine the scene when I showed up on the day of my burial. In Ghana, Africa and some parts of the world, people celebrate the dead more than the living. In the illustration above, the same man who could not raise only 500 Ghana cedi for his rent while alive could raise a whopping 29,000 Ghana cedi while he was deemed dead. If we have the opportunity to help, why would we rather help the dead instead of the living? Every minute someone leaves this world behind. We are all in line without realizing it. We never know how many people are before us. We cannot step out of the line. We cannot avoid the line. So while we wait in line for us to be served with death, make moments count. Make priorities. Make time. Make your gifts known. Make your voice heard. Make somebody smile. Make the change. Make love. Make up. Make peace. Make sure to have no regrets. And above all, make sure you are ready. One African proverb says, the fall of the brown leaf is a reminder to the green ones. This is a letter from a late mother to her son, 3 days after her burial. Dear son, I want to know why I died like a poor woman when I had a son like you. My son, I wanted to bless you before I die, but I have taken my blessings away. My breakfast, lunch and supper were a challenge when I was alive, but you spent money to cook all types of food, meat and different types of drinks on my burial day. Son, you chose to spread and rub my body with costly fragrance when I was using granite oil as my cream. You dressed my corpse with expensive clothes, while my clothes were in shreds and tatters while I was alive. When my corpse was in the morgue, you came to check on me from time to time, yet you came to visit me once a year when I was alive. You care about my corpse more than my living soul. The most painful thing is the kind of expensive casket you put my corpse in when I was living in an uncompleted house. You completed the house, painted and cleared the compound in 1 week just to celebrate my corpse. Now you wrote a tribute to me saying, Mama, I love you so much. Rest in peace, when I died with a broken heart. We must appreciate people and invest in them while they breathe and walk the earth. We must not postpone our help till tomorrow. What if tomorrow never comes? This audio is born out of genuine concern for neglect for our family and friends while alive, but will do everything under the sun to lavishly embellish their dead remains while they are gone. I'll finish this with some of the words of Garth Brooks' songs entitled, What If Tomorrow Never Comes? Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch her sleeping. She's lost in peaceful dreams, so I turn the light out and lay there in the dark. And the thought crosses my mind, if I never wake up in the morning, will she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my heart? If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I loved her? Did I try in every way to show every day that she's the only one? And if my time on earth were true, and she must face this world without me, is the love I gave her in the past going to be enough to last? If tomorrow never comes, so tell that special person that you love just what you are thinking of. If tomorrow never comes, I believe it is time to polish that life you left neglected. It is time to rise up to touch the life you left unattended to all this while. As we usher in a new year, make the living count more. Touch lives in all places. Be the reason the living will smile, but not the reason the dead will jubilate. Let us live lives that will help people who are alive more than those who are dead. Thank you for listening.